Hey team, I'm just going to try something a little different here with you because I'm not seeing you guys or girls as often as I would have liked. But the work that I'm doing at home, obviously from the gym in the garage, excuse me, oh my goodness, the work I'm doing from home is still, helping to facilitate the work that I'm doing with you girls, but just indirectly for many of you. So I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of highlight what it is that I'm actually doing and using a few of you girls as an example, in the hopes that, we're pretty quiet at the moment between Jack and I, and in the hopes that a few of you might get interested in exploring this side of things for yourselves and, and helping support the local business and, put food on the table and stuff. So, with Delaney, tomorrow's session is going to be a start to a new block, and this program, obviously, you can take this video, you can pause it and read it if you want to, and you can do it. But one of the things that I'll preface, obviously, is that because I've done it as well myself. One of the things I'll preface is that if you're not confident with any of these movements, the goal of this session is to make you tired and to keep you moving through patterns under load and progressively working that over time, which in Delaney's instance, we've been working together now for quite a few months. So we've built a lot of tolerance to load over time. So this kind of session, if you were to just jump into it and try it at the gym and you haven't necessarily spent the weeks or the months preparing your body for it, you could hurt yourself. So please be really careful. I've done it as well where I just grab sessions that I see and I'm like, I'm going to do that at the gym. You're more than welcome to, of course, but yeah, just be mindful that this is how people hurt themselves if they're not developed for this kind of load, if they haven't been toned to this load. So Delaney's session tomorrow is going to involve a bit of a warm-up circuit. I usually just say 2 to 5 minutes on a bike or a rower. If you're going to do 2 minutes, then go a little bit harder. Do some movement prep or some foam rolling and then do another 2 minutes at that same speed. Or if you're going to do 5 minutes, do it in one block and then just go really slow and breathe through your nose, listen to some music or something like that. And then follow up with 2 minutes of just general foam rolling and movement prep. If you need more specific stuff, again, Jack and I, that's what we do. And I've got a very extensive background in athletic development as well. So don't nap on your boy because he's pretty clever. Now, again, I'll preface, this session we've been building towards this session. If I can't show you, if we look on the left-hand side here at the calendar, like you can see these dots, this is how long Delaney and I have been working together. So it's been quite a while and we're still going, like it's just loading. It's taking its time to load. It's still going, like these are months that we're going back. So Delaney's been working really hard to build to this, and Beck as well have been building to this for quite some time, with a lot of different aspects of their programming in terms of learning new movement patterns, taking it slow when we go through those movement patterns, developing some conditioning so that we can tolerate this kind of session. So we're not just jumping into this session, willy-nilly. We've worked towards it. We've got some trap bar deadlifts. If you're competent and confident with a trap bar deadlift, you're welcome to grab one. If you know how to straight bar deadlift, you can straight bar deadlift. Again, just make sure that you're doing things that you're confident in. We've got a dumbbell bench press. Remain confident with that as well, but 5 to 8 kilos to start off with is, generally a good ballpark figure for people to start with the dumbbell bench press. Man, I got the burps. A dead ball chest pass, unless you don't have access to dead balls, this one's really challenging, but you can just substitute this for any other core exercise. If you're going to substitute it for something called a pull-off press. A pull-off press, you can see how it's spelled there. You can look that up on YouTube and watch the videos attached to that. But Delaney's doing dead ball chest passes, so she'll be doing that at 20 kilos and just doing 2 reps of those. And then 1 minute on the assault bike, which is a minute of cruising, and we're working on finding what's called our RP, our rate of perceived exertion, is a scale at which we perform on, and we're working on finding a 5 out of 10 on the bike. Once we've done that 3 times, we'll then move into the conditioning circuit, the component of this, and what all this has been is a warm-up for this. So now we're going to do 5 rounds of the following, which is exactly the same thing we just did up here, We're going to do 5 rounds, trap bar deadlift for 5 reps. And I've prescribed some load for Delaney here, 55 kilos, 55 kilos, 60 kilos, 60 kilos, and then for her last round, it'll be 55 to 60 kilos, depending on how tired she is. Then our dumbbell bench press, 5 times, and then this little symbol means whatever weight you can manage. So we're not looking to make it so heavy that you lose form. We just want to be able to manage the load because we're going to get tired. Then dead ball chest passes, 5 reps instead of 2. And then we're back on the assault bike for 10 calories as fast as possible. And then we're going to rest for 2 minutes and do the whole thing again. We're going to do that 5 times. That's the session. It'll be done in about probably 45 minutes, I would say. And a really sharp session. The purpose of the session is to start building some intensity in Delaney and in Beck and in Amia. We're building some intensity into your bodies so that you can tolerate the higher intensity of a football game rather than just having a nice cruisy sort of gym session leading into it, and then you're feeling maybe fine, you feel good, but it takes you a few games to kind of get your footy feet under you. So this is just a way that we can build some intensity into their systems, into their nervous system, so that they can carry that into the start of their season. All right, I'll publish that. Delaney, that's all yours. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And girls, if any of you are interested in, exploring this kind of side of what I do, Jack and I, this is our job. This is the career that we want to build. So yeah, please reach out. All right, big love. I'm going to bed.